Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today we're reviewing the Life's a Drag Facelift palette from Lunar Beauty. Very excited, just got this in the mail. I had to review it like first things first for you guys, and today I'm going to give you my first thoughts on it. We're going to compare it to the original since I do have both. This retails for $48. Luckily, Afterpay is available on Lunar Beauty's website, which is what I used, and it was awesome. I love Afterpay. And without any further ado guys, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, before we get started, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, I greatly appreciate if you did that and give me a thumbs up on this video. I'm also wearing my crescent moon earrings from my own brand for this. I was like Lunar Beauty, Lunar Moons, it matches, but like I'm super happy with these things. I talk about them all the time. Like I have a lot of things in my brand. These are my favorites and one of my best sellers. So thank you guys for support on that. But let's start talking about the Lunar Beauty palette. So this is the original Life's a Drag palette. She's big, she's thick, she's like giant. And then here is the inside color scheme for the original palette, which is no longer on the site. I checked. I know he said it had been discontinued, but I didn't know if there was like a couple extra things in stock. But no, it's gone forever. This is the new one, the Life's a Drag Facelift palette. Now, here is the inside for that one. So let me compare them side by side for you so we can get a good visual on the differences here. So all the original shades are here plus a couple extras in the new one. And I must say, I thought the original Life's a Drag palette was gorgeous. Not flawless, but gorgeous. This yellow for me could have been like, it could have lasted a little bit longer on the eyes. I did do a comparison versus the Thirsty palette because they both came out around the same time. And you guys wanted to see that. And I tested yellows versus yellows. This yellow faded a little bit more than I would expect. And I've never liked this Kiki shade. I just thought it was just not good. I mean, this is the shade in the palette that I'm always like, why does this have to exist? Everything else, all the rest of the shades, flawless, beautiful. I really love this trade shade right here. It is so pretty. Everything except for the yellow didn't stay as long as I would like, and this shade right here, everything else is beautiful. And this, like, it's really pretty palette, and I love the quality of it. Now the new palette has all the same shades. Apparently they've been pressed softer, so they're not as hard pressed, and they should give up a little more pigmentation. We're gonna see, of course, but they do have the extra shades in here. So we have like Full Fantasy in here, which was not in the original. And we also do have all the rest of the shades and a couple extras. Because I don't think Come On Sis isn't the other one either. But let's go ahead and get started comparing the swatches. I'm kind of excited, but I'm also kind of nervous. So I was going to do like arm versus arm of swatches, but you won't be able to see over my tattoos. And so I'm going to do like the white and black. And like I'm just going to swatch the comparison similar shades from this one. And then any shades that we don't use, I'll swatch after. So let's do the comparisons and then we'll do the new ones. Okay, so here are the first four comparison shades. Original, new, original, new. This one actually, the newer shade of this sickening shade, actually looks slightly lighter with the original Hunty, which looks dark, deep, creamy, and then a little bit different of a tone for the new Hunty. We have the original black and the new black. I remember in his original Life's a Drag palette video where he's explaining the blacks and everything, he's like, he didn't want it to be like the most overly intense black in the world because it will overwhelm a lot of looks. And I totally get that. But overall, everything looks good. I just kind of prefer the old Hunty shade, just how it's swatched. But again, if it forms well in the eyes, I don't care. Okay, next one's original, new, original, new. I will say the new ones on these look really pretty. I do kind of think like this is the original shimmer and this is the new shimmer. They don't look that different as far as the shimmers go. I mean, it's definitely a little bit more of a finely milled shimmer. It looks like a little more metallic-y. Like you can see like this one glistens a little bit more than this one. Same with these, but they're very close. These two down here, though, the differences are pretty strong, but I always thought the original eyeshadow formula was great. So hopefully these are like punched in when you do it with shadow, like on the eyes and stuff. I guess this is still shadow on my hand. Next for swatch comparisons, again, original and new. Original, new, they are more punched in with the new ones, you can tell, especially with the red. It definitely looks more punched in. Purple looks about the same, so does the yellow, but like the pink and the red for sure look different. All right, here are the two comparisons for the last shades. Again, this is the shade I always hated in the palette. Here's a new version. It looks very similar, but slightly brighter. And then this fishy shade was always gorgeous in the original and looks even more kind of like a shimmery finish on this one. So it's not exactly like a metallic like these were in the original. This one had like a sheen to it, which is very pretty. And now I'm going to swatch the new shades, including the new shimmer, Full Fantasy, which looks like an icy white shade. Kind of looks like a glitter, hoping it's not a glitter because I don't remember. All right, here are the swatches of the new shades. This is a very pale two right here, just for the lighter neutral ones. This orange though, Girl, she is punched in there. That is an orange. I'm kind of disappointed with the way the green and the purple swatched out. Just kind of meh. But this beautiful shimmery white silver metallic-y moment is so gorgeous. And you guys know I'm here for an icy white shade in general. That's beautiful. That could be my wedding day shimmer on my lid because it's like a white silvery moment. That might actually happen. That's cute. But let's go ahead and get started, you guys, doing the eye look. Okay, so I prime my lids with the Cut Crease Concealer in Fair from Jar Cosmetics. This is what my eyelids looking like. I'm going to take a mix of Cake Face, the white one, and All Tea, which is like a cream, on this little flat brush. I'm going to mix both of these. Get kind of like a little like a light creamy color. And I'm going to set right underneath of my brow bone. It's going to be a little bit more of a yellowy than like anything, but I didn't want it stark white. Just right under there because I want to set there. And then if I do anything colorful and it goes kind of up higher, it'll be really easy for those shades to blend because it already has something, you know, powdered up there. Next up, I want to start working on my inner crease. And again, guys, keep this in mind. If I can pull off this eye look, you can too. I don't have the best skill set in the world, but I know what I'm talking about at least, you know, to an extent of like the eyeshadow. But if I can handle this look, you guys can too. I'm going to try something a little bit weird today. So what I want to dip into first is I want to do kind of a neutral and a colorful look. So I'm going to first dip into, let's do Trade, because I just love that color. It's so pretty. It's like a maroon. I'm taking this on an E39, which is a really dense, like kind of packing brush. It's a buff and blend brush technically. So I'm going to put this in the first half of my crease. I mean, kind of maybe for the inner portion of the eye, I should have started off with something like a light color. This color is so pretty. Tapping off the excess and then just gonna pack it in there. It's gonna be tricky blending this out because it is kind of close to my eyebrows, but I'm gonna make it work. So now that this color's packed in, I'm gonna rub that brush off on a paper towel, just clean off the product because I don't feel like wasting a million brushes for an eye look. And now what I want to do is I want to move into, let's do more of a neutral shade before we do a colorful one, I guess. So I'm going to go into Hunty, which is this one, which is an original shade from the palette as well. I'm going to go into that, tap off the excess, and just put this in between. Taking a clean brush now, which is a little bit of that Cake Face white shade, and just blending it. Just blending the edges on this. Just swirling motions, or if you hold your brush towards the end of the brush, will help blur it out a little bit better. I don't want to like take away all the pigment on the eyes, so I just want to blend the edges without, you know, using that big stubby brush to do so. And I actually don't know, like I really feel like I was going to do a colorful look, but I really wanted to use this shade and there's no good transition, you know, between just going to a red look or a purple look. And I don't know if I'm feeling that. I want to use the orange, but I feel like it's not going to be a good mix of colors in my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that blending brush we just used since it's kind of cleaned off now. And I'm going to go into the, we're just going to go for it. I'm going to go into the orange, the correct shade, which is this really vibrant orangey shade. I'm going to tap off the excess. And I'm going to put this in the outer half of the crease. This shade just swatched so good that I had to use it, you know? It doesn't really match, but it's going to be fine. Like maybe if I had put a pink in the middle between, or the yellow, instead of that brown shade, maybe it worked a little better, but I'm pretty sure I can just pull it together at the end. It's going to be fine. The shade is blending really easily for me, and I'm kind of here for it. It also doesn't take much to build this up. Like I'm making sure I only go into a little bit and tap off the excess a couple times. But she's very pigmented, but not one of those things where you stamp it and you can't move it. I actually can still move this around. Cleaning off that brush now using the same big blending brush, I'm going to go into a little bit of Clocked, which is a new shade. This is kind of like, it's just a regular purple. It kind of swatched disappointing. I'm going into here, just a little bit, tapping off my excess, and I'm going to put it into that first shade just to make it a little bit more of a colorful look. I'm just going to go into that shade. I'm not going to bring it all the way up like I did the first shade. I'm just going to tuck it in. This will come together, I promise. Will it look good? I don't know, but it'll come together into something. Because I have an idea, like I want to cut this, but like not like a normal cut crease. So we're just going to see what happens. For my lid, I'm just going to take the Full Fantasy beautiful shimmery shade. And since it's kind of glassy and kind of see-through, I'm just going to pop it on the lid. And then see if we have to add anything on top of it. Now I could have just put my entire lid with color on it and then put this over, because you would have seen it through, because it's, you know, see-through and everything. But I'm just going to put this everywhere on the lid, even into that crease a little bit. It's going to be cute. It's going to work. Like, I could have put the yellow down my lid first, you know? I think I just ruined this chair I'm sitting in, which I love, because a drop of this, like, I opened the tube and it went boom all over my chair. And I tried to take a baby wipe and clean it off and it didn't come off. So that's fun. I loved this chair. Anyways, I'm going to take a little angled brush now and the clean cut crease canvas from Makeup Revolution. Taking a little bit of this brush. It's not the most precise brush in the world, but I'm gonna like do that. I'm gonna just carve a little line right there. Okay, so I have these weird lines on my face, right? I actually had to go into with Jar Cosmetics primer in white this time. I used fair on my lids earlier, but now I used white just because I feel like the other one, this one wasn't making enough impact on it. So there's that. I didn't really think this process through. I wiped off the little angled brush I was doing, and I want to put in this Kiki shade. The one I did not like in the original palette, just to see if I like it in this new one. And I'm just going to put it over. Like, I could have used something a little more bold, I guess, but I'm just going to put it over that line that I drew that I don't know why I put there. And I'm just going to kind of blur it out where the stuff stops. I'm just going to keep drawing the line with the extra product on the brush, just so there's no like harsh stopping line on that. This one pops more. I feel like I should have added that purple in there, or I should have put something on the lid just to make it like a good barrier from where one's, you know, where the thing stops and starts and stuff. But I didn't. So for lower lash line, I'm going to take this E55 shader brush with the dark bristles, and I'm going to take, I guess I'm just going to do, let's just do the Kiki shade I put for that little shade in there, and then for the very outer portion over here, I'll mix in a little bit of Snatched, which is the red. So we'll do a blue with a little bit of red on the outer portion for the lower lash line. I still don't love this shade. Alright guys, so this is the finished look using the Life's a Drag Facelift palette from Lunar Beauty. I went off camera and did like, you know, finished up my face. So I'm actually using the new Baddie B like vault of foamy lashes and stuff. I bought these, again, Afterpay is amazing. I'm using the Snatched pair from the bottom corner just because I wanted something kind of big and slightly draggy since it is a Life's a Drag palette. I thought these are really pretty. I'm not really feeling the band on them so far, so it might have been a waste of money. I mean, they're really pretty styles, but the band's not my favorite, so, you know. I also added the e.l.f. Disco Queen little bit of glitter underneath my eyes, like I always do, and I also took it on top of the blue that we drew in there, because it really makes it pop. I really think that a little bit of glitter on top of that blue line just made it so much more and hit the light and look really nice. I used the Act Natural mascara from Colourpop, the Uoma Cleopatra ink eyeliner, and the Y Exit Colourpop liner. So that's what I did, and then I added lips, of course. But like, here's the eye look up close. Like, it's definitely unconventional. It's not like what I would do on a normal basis, but I'm digging it because it's different. Like, I feel like something about, I think it's the packaging of this makes me want to be kind of experimental with my looks and try something different. Like, this is nothing I usually do. I never do things like this typically. I'll do a colorful look all day, but it's usually like 1 or 2 tones. I never draw in a line like that or anything. Or, you know, it's something about this palette makes me want to mix a bunch of colors and try different things. And I think that's really inspiring and great for an eyeshadow palette. As far as the quality goes, it's really nice. I mean, I didn't use this really lighter shade right here, so I don't know like how that holds up or if it fits deeper skin tones or anything, but it's a really pretty color and it has several tones in the palette to match it. That's something that I really want in a palette personally, is if it's just like rainbows like these are, I need something to correspond with it. Like, if it's just like a pop of blue in a neutral palette, it doesn't make sense to me. If it's just a pop of yellow in like an all brown palette, it doesn't make sense to me. At least this one has like a yellow with, you can correspond with orange or the icy shade or even like towards the gold shimmer. Everything has a pairing, which makes a lot of sense to me. Even like the light blue, you can pair with that shimmer, the white, or a different tone of bluey purpley. So everything has a partner, which I find very important in an eyeshadow palette to make it a really good cohesive moment. Again, I feel like this palette was really pretty. I like it a lot. It's really nice. Oh, I didn't even realize he's wearing different earrings and the packaging and everything. Like this, I don't know. I love the packaging. It kind of makes me want to do things with it and like try different stuff. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy the palette. Let me know what you think down below. Did you pick it up? What do you think? Are you thinking about picking it up? Did you pass? I want to know what you guys are thinking down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Really digging this you know, weird kind of look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you later. Have a great day. And of course, my little earrings are available in my shop along with a whole bunch of other stuff too. All right? Bye.